Okay guys, my first cut crease, let's see how this goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is use tape because I want like a harsh angled line on the outside of my eye. This is regular Scotch tape. And then I'll put it on my hand once or twice just to get rid of like the extra stickiness so it's not like super painful when you pull it off. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up. So for this entire look, I'm going to use this Morphe palette. I haven't used it in a while and really wanted to pick it up. So I'm going to take these two orange colors and just mix them together with a fluffy brush. And this is what's going to go in my crease as my transition shade. And I'm just using windshield wiper motions to blend that out really well. Again, does not need to be perfection because I'm going to stick something in my crease in a second. There you go. So I'm going to take this cranberry color, it's called a Rich Girl, and I'm putting that on a dense crease brush, and I'm going to focus this right into my crease. And just go back and forth over those two orangey colors. If you're curious, those two orange colors, they were Rock Out and Stone Fox. If you have the palette, it's very obvious which colors they are. And I'm just going to put a couple layers of that Rich Girl in the crease. So then when I am done, I'm just going to go back in with my fluffy brush. I'm not going to take any shadow. I'm just going to buff out those two colors. Next, to make the cut crease, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to take the doe foot applicator and then a very dense flat brush. I'm going to put some concealer on the flat brush from the doe foot applicator, and then I'm just going to go for it. I had no idea what I was doing. There was no rhyme or reason to how I did it. I just started on the inner corner, and then I just carved out my crease first and then poked myself in the eye. And then that's when I just started to fill in the rest of my lid. So I thought this was a pretty good method. I don't know if the rest of you have like a better way to do it, but I thought this worked out pretty well. I did do very little editing in this video. So overall, I think it kind of went good. I don't think it was perfect, but I'm actually pretty proud of myself and pretty happy with how this turned out. Now that I am done carving out my crease, I just went ahead and took a makeup wipe and I wiped that brush off because I'm going to use that to lay down the colors. See, I'm so proud of myself. So I'm going to use that same brush to go into this gold color. It's called Fool's Gold. And I'm using kind of the wetness of the makeup wipe to make sure the product goes on a little bit more opaque than how it shows up. To use the glittery shades in this palette, the Fool's Gold, the Rose Quartz, which you're going to see me use in a minute, and then the Purple Rain, these colors are best used wet. Using them dry, you do not get a whole lot of color payoff, but I still love this palette. I think they're all beautiful colors. You just need to make sure that you get your brush wet or your finger or whatever you're using to apply the shadows. Just make sure that it is a little wet. So I'm just focusing that color in the outer corner, bringing it in slightly to the middle, and then I'm going to use Rose Quartz, the lighter shade in the palette, putting that on the inner corner and then dragging it to meet Fool's Gold in the middle of my eye, and then just making sure there's no harsh line there and blending them both together really well. Then I'm taking that other glittery shade, it's called Purple Rain, and I'm just focusing that on the inner corner. That's it. And then I'm taking just Tempera from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I just love this color as an eyebrow highlight. There isn't really an eyebrow highlight in that Morphe palette, so that's why I went ahead and grabbed a different color from a different palette. Then you will gently want to remove the tape, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on a winged eyeliner. This is just a, I think it's Ciate liquid pen in black. Pretty basic eyeliner. So I'm just going to let that dry before I go ahead and, I love water, before I go ahead and curl my lashes. And then if you all know me at all, I love eyelash primer. I'm going to use the Lash Paradise one today. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a coat of that. And then I let it sit for about a minute or two, let it dry slightly, but not all the way. And then I'll go ahead and do my brows while I'm waiting for it to dry slightly. So then I will go in with mascara. I'm using this Maybelline Total Temptation mascara. I've been loving this recently. It has not replaced my L'Oreal Lash Paradise by any means, but I definitely have been loving this. So I'm using this, and then I'm actually gonna go over top because I always layer my mascara and do like 2 or 3 coats. I'm gonna layer over that with the L'Oreal Telescopic. I don't believe I show you in the video. So as soon as I'm done with the Maybelline, I'll go in with the second coat with the L'Oreal Telescopic. Okay guys, how did I do? I think it turned out pretty well. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.